imperative speech for black women because I feel like our voices aren't heard through the struggle. So please bear with me while I read this. Thank you. So thank you for coming out and supporting Akai, Gurley, and everyone that has died from police brutality, especially black women as well as each other, to show solidarity for us as black women. But why is this important? Why is it important for the black women in our community to be united as one? One of the important reasons why black women should come together is to help push each other to be stronger, and so our voices can be heard, because too many times as women we are thrown to the back burner. Time after time, when it comes to our men being murdered, brutalized, harassed, and beaten, it never plays out that they had loving mothers, aunts, or nieces, when in fact it was the women themselves that helped him reach that point in his life in most cases. The same goes for us as women. We were brutalized, harassed, murdered, and our story goes unheard. Women don't get the exposure that may help them get their message out, or even assistance they really need in order to get past their situation. When the woman isn't heard, no one is heard. When the woman isn't heard, the full story is never told. As women, we are the key ingredient in molding and building our community. We have and will always be the backbone to nation building. Individually, we have accomplished so much. Just imagine the possibilities we can achieve united as one. The tragic events that has been taking place across this country and even here in the pink houses is nothing new and should give us more of a reason now to be there for one another. We live in a society that does not care about black lives. The intensity seems heightened when it comes to black women. The black woman in this country and even most parts of the world is the most disrespected, most unappreciated person in that society. It's time for that to change. Women empower women, women empowering our men and our youth to be better, not only for themselves, but for the betterment of their community, can bring lasting and revolutionary change never seen before in this racist, imperialistic country called America. So it's up to us to start caring for ourselves. Today is a step forward. Today is a step toward the right direction, but let's keep this momentum going so that others can see the importance as well. Thank you for your time. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
We are all Akai Gurley. We are all
Akai Gurley.
We are all
Akai Gurley.
We are all
Akai Gurley.
We are all
Akai Gurley.
We are all
Akai Gurley.
We are all
Akai Gurley.
We are all
Akai Gurley.
So I'm waiting for one more person, but I want to open up the mic to another woman. Whoever is here, another woman who wants to speak, please come up. Okay. Her name is Mariana. I know her for a while, so.
I don't know that I need this, but peace to everybody here. My name is Mariama. I'm from Harlem, and I trekked all the way from Harlem to make it here to be with the people. Last night I was in the hospital because one of my brother's friends got shot. Not by NYPD. By another fellow male brother. And I felt the need to tell the brother who got shot that, his life matters, and that these young brothers that, got this stuff going on need to quit it. And of course we hear often when the police commit crimes against young males and young sisters, that black on black crime, whatever. And it's funny because we usually only hear that when they commit a crime. The irony, right? And of course, we talk about that. We do have marches surrounding black on black crime. And yet, racists like to throw that out. Because honestly, when you throw that out, you're a racist. If that's the first thing that comes to your mind, you're a racist. Because if you don't acknowledge the system that we live in, that has built this structure of institutional racism that keeps black and brown people down every single day, you're a racist. And so, NYPD, LAPD, National PD, they want to talk about black on black crime. How about you build up institutions in this country to maybe forward progress, black people evolving and progressing in this system? You're not going to do that though, because why? This country was built on the foundation of black and brown people. That you don't respect. The Constitution had nothing to do with us.
Hello.
Right? So we need to find an out. Sometimes I wonder myself what that out is, but I do know right now I don't believe in no police reform. Get them the fuck up out of here. The fuck up out of here. I don't fuck with NYPD, LAPD, STPD, none of them motherfuckers. Get them the fuck up out of here. We do not need you. What we need is people in our own communities policing their communities. Because you bring motherfuckers from Connecticut and Long Island into these communities trained and told that we are savages. And that's what you believe, right? Get the fuck up out of here. Because that means you don't give a fuck about us. And you know why we give a fuck about you killing our people? Is because you're a public servant and our money goes to that shit. Black on black crime, that's affecting us. Let us figure that shit out. Because you're not going to help. You're going to help by telling us that we're killing one another while you're doing the same exact thing. How does that work? And the brothers out there in uniform, that uniform comes the fuck off, your skin color does not. You cannot do shit about that. So figure some shit out. That shit comes off. And it's happened. They know. They won't talk about that shit though. Because they've definitely shot up their own. Their fellow. They've done that. They've done that. They won't talk about it. They don't talk about it. And they shoot up NYPD's relatives all the time. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about that. All I want to say is I want to acknowledge that we are in a neighborhood. We are in front of the building where Akai Gurley got shot, and he didn't even live here. That's what I remember reading. He didn't even live here. So we got to do what? Stay home to feel like we at peace? We can't go out. We can't feel safe leaving our homes? What the fuck is that? So, I mean, honestly, I think right now what I would like is for us to have a moment of silence at least. Just acknowledging that we are in the presence of a place where this young brother's spirit, his whole life was stolen from him. And I mean, peace to his daughter, peace to his family. I don't know what that's like. I mean, I can't even imagine having to raise a daughter and let her know that his life was taken by people that's supposed to protect us and serve. So if we can please have a moment of silence.
Thank you, Mariama.
So I want to take a second. No, I was just laughing back there because a white cop killed an off-duty black cop recently, like a week ago also. So don't think because you're part of that institution rocking that blue wall signs that you're safe. Because it doesn't mean anything. All right. I want to take a moment to talk about how the system fails women. And the reason why I say that is because, do people here know about Marissa Alexander? Yes. Alright, so she's gonna face her court date this month. It hasn't already? No, plea deal. Plea deal. Okay. She took a plea deal. But let's talk about what she was facing. So this is a woman that went through the proper channels, right? You gotta, once you're getting abused, you make police reports. You get a restraining order. She did that. This man comes into her home where her children are and tells her that he is going to kill her. She goes back into her house to protect herself, fires a warning shot into the ceiling. She killed her ceiling. And was arrested and was facing 60 years. On the stand your ground law that got George Zimmerman off. This system is not for you if you're poor, if you're of color, and if you're a woman. I'm not here to talk about reform. Because this right here is a gravesite. This is what Mariama just said. This brother was shot in a staircase because somebody was scared. And so the bullets magically flew out the gun and blew his chest open. Now Melissa, who lives in this building, is somebody who is traumatized. This is what we're talking about. Because their brother died in her arms. So this is what women are dealing with. So you live in a system that doesn't pay you what they should pay you. They don't give you the rights that you should have. You defend yourself as a problem. You get abused, you don't get justice. And then you're killing the people that are close to us. And you expect women to not be on the forefront and lead and change this backwards patriarchal system? No! Okay, it's not working again. Okay, so the next person I'm going to bring up, I had the honor of talking to her just a few days ago. There's people here who are elders. I'm not talking about nobody's age. I'm just saying you're older. Well, okay, let's not talk about age. But her fiance was murdered in 2000. His name was Patrick Durismond. And this is a woman that's been through the process that Melissa has been through. This is a woman that went through the marches. This is a woman that went through the funerals. And she still, to this day, 14 years later, is still speaking. And she has a very profound statement that she wants to make. So please welcome Karen Sturkey to the microphone. Right. Well, it's not working. Yeah. She's right there. And it works for her.